For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. But all of us know that the action-reaction principle, Newtonian physics, does not work in life. If there was an action and it determined the absolute outcome or result, we would all be guaranteed. What has happened in life is there was an action and you got consequences, results, reactions completely different to what you may have endeavored to control, plan, contain. That's the harsh, powerful reality, or you can view it as compassionate reality of life. And you and I need to bring that all together. So you do your best, but you're aware of the infinite spectrum that what life can deliver towards you. And that's where you bring it all together. And then you are not attached to the outcome. You're comfortable with what life throws at you. Because life may throw at you what you may consider a curveball, but was fundamentally logical and rational to other person or other people in your life. And you and I need to go beyond being result-driven. It's important, yes, you work, you do your best. In fact, do better than those who are result-driven in terms of your effort. But you let it be what it's meant to be. And then you open yourself up to the absolute perspective of life. Because you are going to end up in situations, we spoke of it earlier, where as much as you went to a social situation which you thought was absolutely safe, and there's going to be alcohol available and you didn't plan on that, or your ex-husband or partner pitches up and with a new guy and you're like completely blown out of the water. How dare you? Well, welcome to planet Earth. It's going to give you situations and circumstances that you have no control over. And as much as you thought you were in absolute control, it's going to throw you the curveball. And what's going to happen is, as you ask, your habitual behavior will come through. Because you don't have a logical and rational solution to the crisis at hand, your mind is going to go into a fight, flight, fright mode. Because it realizes there's no logical, rational, calm, clarity in terms of the solution. It regresses into a primitive mammalian, reptilian mind, which is a fight, flight, fright mode. You go into habitual behavior, where the dam walls burst and lo and behold, you're shouting, screaming, let me go back to my substance, because that was the only consolation. So recognize, sometimes it's fascinating. Those who endeavor to control their mind and assume they have a strong mind are the most dangerous. Because a strong mind suggests you will be rock. But you know this, as much as you rock, there's always a bigger sledgehammer that will break you. And that then demands, sadly, and we hate doing this, especially if you're this alpha male archetype, I'll show you, is that sometimes you have to be like water and let that sledgehammer fall or that boulder fall on you, and you have to separate and give it away and let it fall to the bottom. Because we all want to show how strong we are, But the stronger you are, the more rock and solid you are, there's always some substance stronger than you that can break you apart. And sometimes, fascinatingly, it's the most gentlest substance. For men, sometimes, lots of time, it's a female, all right? Okay? The substance, I won't use the word substance, but what has caught the world for the last 2 years, it's this pandemic, this virus, which none of us have a clue what it looks like. It's in nanometers, if I'm even using the right size. They say if you take all the COVID-19 virus in the world, it will measure up to 1 gram. And if you're still not into that, when you sleep at night and there's a buzzing in your ear, that mosquito, and you get up, where the hell is you? I'll show you who's boss. And you like run around in the night with the lights on for 2 minutes, you can't find it, you go back to sleep, and it comes to visit you again. It takes the smallest, takes the most gentlest to throw you off path. All right, so be wary that you and I need to give in. You need to be the change you want to see. You want the world to change. Well, you might have to come back again and again and again. You better believe in reincarnation if you're hoping the world to change, and probably change in a completely different direction to what you wanted. If we're waiting for someone else to change in our lives, we all will have to wait a very, very long time. I'm not sure if it's worthwhile coming back for them again and again and again. So you need to shift so that the world around you shifts. If you control the mind, you control the world. What we try to do is control the world so our mind will be controlled. I will only achieve peace if someone or some situation manifests in my life. Regardless how the situation or person manifests, you got to stay controlled. So in fact, if you control the mind, you control the situation, you then can control the world. Powerful people, it's not about controlling the world. In this day and age, it's about controlling your mind. You can change the whole world by controlling your mind. But what we try to do is like when we watch football, we want to shout and scream at the football screen, not that the ref or the teams can hear you, because we want to change the situation so our minds can be at peace. And you know this, when we lose the football or rugby, you feel down, right? Cricket. Why? Because the situation didn't change to suit you. But you got to change your mind in spite of the situation. So sometimes you have to do what I do, try and avoid watching because you get that negativity for 10, 20 minutes. You rather just hear the score later and say, I knew it already, as we do when your football team loses because they should have done this or that. But watching them go through that process is painful sometimes, all right? Because it literally changes you. And you might say, I'm lying, but they've even done these studies where they show you, they did these studies that when a home football team loses in a town, the number of wife beatings in that particular town goes up. That's the level to which we allow a situation where none of those football players, by the way, may even know you by name. You allow that to impact on you. So the idea is control your mind. You can control the situation and control the world. But you and I need to start with ourselves. And recognize when pain and negativity is happening around you, you got to change our perception of it. That the universe, the world, God, whatever you believe, is trying to push you back onto your path. And this is where we all here at the moment, to shift ourselves, to recognize I couldn't change life, but you can change who you are. All right.